Well, Gaza takeover. It's not like we didn't see this coming, but let's call it official, Cenk. In an exclusive interview on Fox News, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is explaining what comes next for Gaza, the immediate future and long term.
Will Israel take control of all of Gaza?
We intend to, in order to assure our security, remove Hamas there, enable the population to be free of Gaza, and to pass it to civilian governance. That is not Hamas and not anyone advocating the destruction of Israel. That's what we want to do. We want to liberate ourselves and liberate the people of Gaza from the awful terror of Hamas. And you were in the Gaza Strip today. You met Palestinians who are fighting Hamas because finally they see that they have a future. They can rid themselves of this awful tyranny that not only holds our hostages, but holds 2 million Palestinians in Gaza hostage. That's got to end.
Are you saying today that you will take control of the entire 26-mile Gaza Strip, as it was 20 years ago to this month in 2005?
Well, we don't want to keep it. We want to have a security perimeter. We don't want to govern it. We don't want to be there as a governing body. We want to hand it over to Arab forces that will govern it properly without threatening us and giving Gazans a good life.
All right, so there you heard it. Hopefully everybody had their listening ears on. Netanyahu says he will take control of Gaza, but never fear, he doesn't want to keep it. Cenk, your initial reaction?
Yeah, so in a little bit, I'm going to tear into this ridiculous, oh, we're not going to keep it. Oh, is it part of our greater Israel map? No, we're going to give it back. Sure you are. I mean, only someone as dumb as a mainstream media reporter would believe that outrageous lie, but we'll get back to that. But I want to mention two things he said in that short little clip there. He said, we're going to liberate the people of Gaza. Does it look like a liberation? I mean, maybe you're liberating them from their lives, but to paint Israel as the heroic rescuers of Gaza, I mean, we're going to get into George Orwell too in a second. But you know what, here, I'm going to say it now. I mean, Orwell, of course, as you remember in 1984 said, war is peace. We checked, Israel has said that. Oh, we're only doing this to bring peace. Freedom is slavery. So now we're imprisoning and setting up a concentration camp for the Gazans, for the Palestinians in southern Gaza, but we're liberating them. So their slavery is freedom and ignorance is strength. So that's why we don't allow any journalists into Gaza. And if there are Palestinian journalists, we murder them at a rate that the world has never seen. And that's true. About 200 journalists killed there, more than all of the other conflicts in the world combined, right? So I think that Netanyahu read 1984 as a how-to manual. So that's why he says absurd things like this. He says the 2 million Palestinians in Gaza are being held hostage by the Palestinians. No, they're being held hostage by you. How do I know that? Because you're the one cutting off the food to them. You're the one dropping 2,000-pound bombs on them. You're the one who murdered their children. You're the butcher of Gaza. And he says, no, I'm here to help the Palestinians. Oh my God, don't help me. The very last thing you want is Israel's help, because that means they're either going to slaughter you like they're doing to the Palestinians in Gaza, or they're going to take $310 billion off of you like they're doing to us, okay? Oh, we are such a special ally, America. We're here to help you. Now give me $300 billion, okay? That's what Israel's done. So with allies like Israel, you don't need enemies. All right, now the rest of the story.
Well, the Prime Minister, Cenk, says he wants to free the Palestinian people. That's what he's doing. Free them from Hamas. That is his objective. Israeli ground troops remain active. Airstrikes continue. Humanitarian conditions are now catastrophic. IDF Chief Eyal Zamir has warned, mind you, not on moral grounds, but on strategic grounds, that going all the way is a bad idea. Extended military control without a political plan could destabilize the region further. In other words, no exit strategy, no clear timeline, no commitment to rebuilding, just more occupation under a different name while people are starving. And so the quote from George Orwell is just perfect. It actually fits just perfectly. The United States continues to send billions in military support while publicly saying they support a two-state solution. So which is it? Do we back self-determination or unlimited occupation? And if Israel doesn't plan to keep Gaza, why are they brick by brick, person by person, tearing it down? Cenk?
Yeah, so here's what's gonna happen next. They're gonna move in and take all of Gaza. The slaughter is gonna continue, the starvation is gonna continue. Starvation was bad PR, so they'll start to bring that one down. They'll just go to traditional murder, like when they drop bombs on them or they fire at hospitals and churches with tanks, or of course their favorite, the sniper shots. American doctors that went to Gaza couldn't believe what they'd seen, horrified. Child after child after child with sniper shots from hundreds of yards away to their head and to their chest, okay? So they'll go back to the normal extermination that they were doing in Gaza, and then they'll say, why won't the Arab countries take them in? Why won't Egypt take them in? I mean, we're slaughtering all of them. And so since we're slaughtering them, the only way they could live is if they go to Egypt or Jordan or other Arab countries. It's the Arabs' fault for not taking them from our concentration camps. Well, if they all leave, you're gonna steal that land. That's why the other Arab countries are saying, I'm not going to help you ethnically cleanse these people. So Jewish refugees during the Holocaust, they tried to run away to a lot of different countries, and most countries didn't take them, and it was terrible. And they were fleeing some of the worst atrocities in the world. And in fact, there was a ship that pulled up to Florida, and we didn't take the ship. And a lot of the people on that ship got shipped back and then died during the Holocaust. Okay, so it's heartbreaking. But if the Germans at that point had said, well, that's America's fault and it's all the other countries' fault. It's not my fault for killing them in gas chambers. It's not my fault for planning the extermination of Jewish people, and by the way, Polish people, Roma, LGBTQ, etc. It's not my fault for killing them. It's your fault for not helping me ethnically cleanse them from Germany. So that's the argument Netanyahu's making, right? And is going to continue to make. And then they're going to try to push them out and say, look, you're either going to die here, we're going to find a way to murder you and your children, or you're going to leave to one of these other countries, and then we're going to make this part of Israel. Now, how do I know that? They've already said it. They've said it 1,000,000 times. Netanyahu brought a map to the United Nations that had West Bank and Gaza Strip as part of Greater Israel. And Netanyahu has said that Israel is going to control from the river to the sea. When a Palestinian says it, whether they mean it politically or otherwise, everybody's anti-Semite, cancel them, fire them, kill them, whatever, right? Netanyahu, in front of the whole world, said, yeah, we're going to take from the river to the sea. Everybody's like, that's okay. American media was like, no big deal. But he's actually doing it. It's not hypothetical and it's not political, it's military, it's a bloodbath. He's actually doing it and he said it. That's okay, no big deal. Beloved Israel, right? Come on, man. So if you're a sucker enough to believe that they're going to continue to slaughter those Palestinians, they're going to take 100% of Gaza, but then they're going to invite them back in and let them take Gaza? Come on, who's that stupid? Oh, right, watch, you'll see going forward, every cable news anchor, every reporter on New York Times, Washington Post will write, Israel says they are going to return it to Gaza after they have liberated the Palestinians. Now they'll write other things and they'll write the caveats, they'll write this, but they always have to say, nope, Israel says they're gonna give it back, so I'm gonna lie to all of you and pretend that they're gonna give it back. They're not gonna give it back, they're gonna take it as they have said over and over. And by the way, when you get to Ben-Gvir, Smotrich, and many other cabinet members and Knesset members, they say, yeah, we're going to annihilate Gaza and then make it part of Israel and we're gonna keep it. But oh my God, no, don't quote them. If you quote them for their obvious real intentions, you're an anti-Semite, okay? No, they're gonna take the goddamn land because Netanyahu is a genocidal maniac who's always wanted Greater Israel and used October 7th as an excuse to take Gaza. And that is what's happening now, and they've announced it, and Trump, when asked about it, said, well, that's up to Israel. But no, we have to pay for it. Why do we, look, on top of the fact that they're genocidal freaks, this current Israeli government, the way that they force us, literally force us to pay for their war crimes, their moral crimes, their crimes against humanity. They're like, no, America, you owe us. You owe me money to slaughter Palestinians. Don't worry, after I slaughter them, I'll give their land back. And our our politicians are stupid, they're corrupt. They're like, oh yeah, you're gonna send me $5,000 check, $50,000 check, $500,000 check for campaign contribution, but in return you're gonna kill tens of thousands of Palestinian children? Where's the question? They're like, of course, send me the check. I'll send you send me 50,000, I'll send you 50 billion from the American people. Slaughter anyone you like. Our politicians are the most morally depraved people in the entire country. Almost all of them work for Israel. Over 400 members of the House out of 435 have taken money from the Israeli lobby and served the Israeli lobby loyally. They always vote with Israel, but I'm sure that's a coincidence. And of course, mainstream media, the biggest ally. And in that same interview, Sharon, Netanyahu was complaining about American media. He's like, okay, American media is anti-Israel. Shut up. And the thing is, and he's like, oh, the New York Times, I'm thinking of suing the New York Times. They said that we starved that one child to death. I mean, we did, but he had a pre-existing condition. So taking food away from a child who has a pre-existing condition makes you more moral? Okay, did Bill Hemmer ask, I'll fill you in, he didn't. How about the other 89 children that you've starved to death? Do they count? Oh no, the New York Times is biased. One child we murdered might have died if we hadn't taken away all of his food anyway, 20 or 30 or 50 years later. He's one of the most evil men of my lifetime. And our entire power structure in America is built to serve him. And so it's a fact. You can cry about it. You can say, oh, Cenk, don't say facts. My feelings are hurt. I don't care about your stupid feelings. If you're pro-Israel at this point, this current government, you're pro-genocide. And if you're asking me to care about your feelings when you're saying, I don't care about the lives of Palestinian children, and I think Israel should murder more of them and take Gaza, and I'm supposed to care about your feelings? No, I don't care about your feelings at all. You're a monster, and you should actually look to improve yourself and your morality because you don't have any.
The world is reacting right now. The security cabinet in Israel, Cenk, remains locked away, still in talks. The BBC reporting some of that. They first note that they remind us that Israel does not allow international news organizations, including the BBC, to report from the inside. They believe Netanyahu that this is the only way, he says, to destroy Hamas. He's got to seize Gaza. And the UN has issued another warning that the move could risk catastrophic consequences for who? The hostages, but also all of Gaza, Palestinian people. It's pretty unbelievable, but there are predictions he will get what he wants and maybe another IDF chief will resign.
Yeah, last word goes to one of our members, Embedded Dude, wrote in on TYT.com. He's liberating them from their lives. And that is more true than any news anchor in mainstream media who all say dutifully, no, the real problem is Hamas. By the way, side note, all of Hamas's leaders are dead. They're just killing civilians now, okay? That's all. When they starve babies, the babies are not Hamas, okay? But all of our idiot anchors go on there and go, oh no, Israel is the victims. The Palestinians have oppressed the Israelis again. The poor Israelis having to live under the oppression of the Palestinians. You know what? Did you know that on a charter and a piece of paper, there's a hypothetical that a couple of Palestinians wrote saying that Israel shouldn't exist? Oh, hypothetical! Israel voted that Palestine should not exist. Don't say that. But Palestinians don't exist. 5.5 million Palestinians in the Gaza and West Bank are hostages of Israel. And they say, and all of our moron anchors say, the best democracy in the Middle East. The only democracy in the Middle East. What kind of a democracy has concentration camps? What kind of a democracy takes 5.5 million people hostage and then goes, I'm the best democracy? It's like the Germans saying, yeah, we took the Sudetenland and we took Poland, and now they're all of our hostages and they have no rights at all and we slaughter them at will. But Germany's the best democracy in Europe. Disgusting. We're seeing
IDF
genocide with our
issuing
own
orders.
eyes. It's amazing. I'm sorry, Sharon, go ahead.
No, I was just saying the IDF has issued orders today telling Palestinians to head south, evacuate immediately. So
of course, hey, Palestinians, evacuate immediately, and later we'll let you back in. The only people dumb enough to believe that is mainstream media in America and our corrupt, dirtbag little puppy dog politicians in America, who we've purchased almost all of them. So it doesn't matter what you say. They'll just go, oh yeah, poor little Israel. They only did one genocide. They're murdering tons of people in the West Bank, but it's not a full genocide yet. What do you guys complain? The real problem is the Palestinians. Do you know what one of them once said about Israel? That's the real problem, what they're saying about Israel. Ignore what Israel's doing to the Palestinians. No, Israel's not the victim. It is a massive genocidal aggressor. We were right all along. By the way, are the Israeli supporters who said, you're saying they're gonna take Gaza? Anti-Semite. Oh, that's an old anti-Semitic trope about taking Gaza. Is there? It's like an Easter egg, these tropes. They put them everywhere. And so you're like, oh, okay, hey, you had a glass of water. No, it's an anti-Semitic trope. They've been saying the Jews are drinking water their whole lives. Okay, no, brother. You are actually taking the line. Anti-Semitic trope. Okay, but now they're saying you saw Netanyahu words coming out of his own mouth. We're taking it. So are you going to apologize? Because you said they weren't going to take Gaza. That's why the stupid lie for stupid people. Oh yeah, we are taking Gaza, but we will return it. All right, look, you still support Israel, you love genocide, period. You're actively supporting one of the most disgusting genocides of our lives. But hey, I hope I don't hurt your feelings. Did I stumble across a trope? Do tropes allow you to murder 61,000 people? Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.